Hey, what's up, guys? Sasha Daygame here. My good friend and compadre, James Marshall, has just released his first ever product, which is very exciting because it's about time, called The 5 Principles of Natural Seduction. And guess what? To celebrate this and help spread the word, because I love them, I'm going to release this epic clip right now for you from the Direct Dating Academy that normally you have to pay money for. It's a really good rant me and him did about what it means to really be a man and succeed in life and have passion in life and connect with women. It's really freaking awesome. So enjoy the clip and I'll have some commentary after. Check it out.
Okay, so how to become seductive in life? That's a very big question, and in a way it's a reasonably ambiguous question. So I'm going to have to, I don't know if I know exactly what that person is asking, but I will have to guess and roll with it. I guess the thing that makes a man seductive is the following things: presence, a clear intention in terms of a clear direction, a clear life direction, passion. And I think another major thing is a curiosity. So let's roll with those three things. The first thing is, like, when you describe somebody, yeah, I know everyone can see Sasha's ass wiggling around right now, but who doesn't care, does he? When you've already had this experience, you meet somebody or you see somebody presenting who you instantly understand to have charisma. Yeah, and it's something that's like an X factor that you can't necessarily kind of put your finger on, but you just know this person is charismatic, this person is seductive in this, not necessarily sexually seductive, but seductive in their ideas or the way that they influence you or the way that they can lead a group. And inevitably, the thing that, whether that person is a fucking dictator of a horrific regime or a spiritual love guru or a man that is like boring into a woman's eyes and getting her to take her clothes off, one thing that all these people share, which is not necessarily based on morality, it's just a thing, is a presence about them. And presence comes from being clearly in the present moment, right? And everyone talks about this. Everyone's heard about this now. It's a buzzword of being present and aware. It's stuff that's thrown around in personal development and meditation circles, hippie circles, and business circles, and all sorts of things now. But I think most people don't really know what that means. So when people say just be in the minute now, people go, okay, I'll just think I'm in the now, or I'm appreciating being in the now, or I'm saying some affirmations or something like that. There's more to it than that. My background is in meditation through Chan, Zen Buddhism, martial arts. And that is really where I learned to become charismatic and seductive. Well before I learned how to approach girls in the street or how to qualify girls or how to escalate on them or whatever, what I was learning was presence and awareness. And I did that through meditation. So in terms of being seductive for life, you have to be someone who is right here now. And as Sasha was talking about earlier, in these psychedelic experiences, like a very extreme drug experience can kind of force you into the now. It just takes away all the need to be in the future and the past, and it just puts you in that present moment, which is one of the reasons why it's such an appealing thing. But so do things like peak experiences, like jumping out of airplanes or having mind-blowing sex or suddenly connecting with somebody, who you just locked in a very deep conversation with. Any of those things which bring you into flow state, which bring you into a timeless experience, which all of us inevitably just bump into or sort of come across during our lives. But people who are really seductive and charismatic are people who manifest that and practice that as a daily and hourly, if not moment by moment practice. So I am constantly throughout my day calling my attention and my awareness back to the present moment, for a multitude of reasons, not just so I'm charismatic. That's more like it's a symptom of this. But I'm constantly bringing myself back to simple things like feeling the breeze on my skin, taking a moment and breathing deeply into my core, feeling my feet touch the ground, observing the way my thoughts are going, because our thoughts are the trickiest motherfuckers, because we need thoughts to navigate with our our cognition and to be able to communicate with people by translating kind of feelings into ideas, into words, into communication and so on. But for the most part, we don't need to be thinking. Most of the thoughts that go on your head are completely useless. They're just cyclical, and they're often negative depending on how your mindsets are, but they just run around in circles, burning calories and keeping your attention out of the present moment. And so the skill of being able to actually observe the way your self-talk, that linear narrative that goes through your mind, is by first recognizing that is not you. That is just like a function of your brain, really. It's not like, because most people associate with that voice that isn't in my head talking to me all day going, blah, 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 I feel bad about myself, or I hope I get a promotion at work, or does Amy like me, or whatever, all the fucking bullshit that's going on in your head, is just very surface level aspects of your mind. And you can learn through meditation to step back, as if you're just stepping, instead of being inside that narrative and following it along, you actually step back, and then you start to see that, oh, okay, it's just this thing that comes through my mind, like a wave, or a cloud's passing through. And I can step back and observe it, and then you start to see that there is this massive infinite space around and behind and in front and inside that narrative, which is you, which is the you of flux, of change, of presence, of being in the flow of things, which leads to, when you're in that state, which leads to spontaneity, which leads to being able to communicate with somebody properly, with locking eyes with them and just sending transmissions of feeling to them, so that when you're looking a girl in the eye, most of my seduction happens with the process of it happens with my eye contact, which is, anyone who's been around me knows, oh yeah, James seems to just pick up chicks by looking at them. And essentially that's what I do, because what I do is I'm present, aware, I'm in my body, I'm in the present moment, I'm feeling the temperature, the tingling of the electricity in the air, I'm looking this girl dead into her eyes, and as I'm talking whatever basic communication, verbal signals, like, hi, how are you, what's your name, what's cool about you, you look sexy, or whatever I'm saying, the vast level of communication is being projected through my eyes. So she just feels masculine, sexual, present force coming, like, basically fucking her through her iris, right down to her vagina and into the cosmos, and she just feels all wiggling and like pulsing and whatever, and she's just like, I just want to have sex with that guy, I don't care what he's saying. Yeah. So I mean, that's kind of like voodoo seduction, but it's not airy fairy stuff. It's a very practical thing that I practice daily by working on presence constantly. So that's one aspect. You back, Sasha?
Yes, I'm here. Please continue.
Cool. So the other two things I talked about was, in terms of being seductive for life, was having an intent, a purpose, and a mission. Now that's something that a man particularly must develop. And anyone who's familiar with the archetypal idea of the hero's journey, which is a mythology of the arc of growth of a man who goes from being unaware, young, inexperienced, full of self-doubt, which is what certainly I was and certainly Sasha was. And we actually met, I think, kind of at the cusp of when we were tipping over from being boys into men. Would you agree, Sasha? Like, when we first... That's
pretty much, dude, that's one of the main things I was talking about when I was on the San Pedro with just another dude who's like my age, basically, and, he's like 38, almost 40, and we're both admitting to each other our journey as men is just really fun starting. Like, we don't. Nobody tells us anything. We're just born and, yeah, go ahead, enjoy life. Like, what the fuck? Just because you can pay rent and survive in some city and whatever, pay some bills, that doesn't make you a man at all. So what does? You know what I'm saying? It just opens up this whole massive journey that I think is really ahead of everybody.
Yeah, and the weird situation we're in this postmodern, post-tribal, post-fucking racial weird world that we're in. I mean, it's a strange time to be alive, in the sense that it's kind of like the end of the world, but it's also the best time to be alive. There is so much opportunity. You can be anything you want to be at this moment. You can choose any tradition or any practice. Whereas, generations ago, you brought up in a village or in a city or in a community where being a man meant one thing. It meant you were a blacksmith, or you were a hunter, or you were a soldier, and you had no choice. And so, in a way, that would have been comforting, because you would have gone, all right, I know what a man is, because that's what my dad did. But at the same time, if you wanted to be a dancer, or you wanted to be an artist, or you wanted to do anything else, well, too bad. Then you're a fucking poofter, or you're going to be outcast. So right now, at this time in history, we have the opportunity as men to choose our mentors, to choose our archetypes of masculinity, to choose our hero's journey. And the tragedy is when people don't. And the vast majority of people don't. Like, we're dealing with customers all the time, guys who are finally cracking out of their matrix. And so many times Sasha and I are working with guys who've come from strict Christian or strict Asian or strict fucking Protestant work ethic, whatever families, where it's like, you do this and this is the way it's done, or you must study hard and be a doctor, or you're a failure, or whatever. And people are kept in these fucking molds of what they're supposed to be. And then it's the ones that really step out. They're the ones that end up at our workshops, which is why it's always funny when guys are a bit kind of embarrassed about coming to a workshop, because in my mind they're fucking heroes. Like, any guy that's had the balls to step up and go, actually, fuck you, Dad. I don't want to be what you want me to be, or fuck you, my society, or my religion, or that depressing kind of just like bland pressure that's coming from society, just sort of get a job and buy IKEA, like that boring ass fucking getting just shuffled into a lukewarm corner. Any guy that steps up and goes, no, I want more. Like, I'm pretty sure I could get more, or I deserve more. I want to choose the women I want to get over my fears. I don't want to be dictated to by society that says you can't, express yourself or go up and tell somebody what you think. And it is those guys who come to us, and in a funny way, then Sasha and I and other great coaches act as the mentors for these guys on their heroes' journeys, whilst other people are acting as mentors for us on ours. So it's all these different journeys going on all at once. It's cool shit. And then the last one I talked about was, what did I say? Mission, purpose, and curiosity. That's a thing that's like, guys who are really good with women, they're really interested in women. They're really curious about them. They're not, because I've met guys who are kind of good players in a real, like, kind of, they just know how to fucking hustle. They just know how to hustle bitches into bed. Yeah, I've met a couple of those who are just good at kind of pulling the moves and, fucking doing this and that, and they're kind of situationally good in escalating or whatever, and they can hustle a girl into bed, and then like they dump her, and then they do it over and over again. And it's pretty soulless to do that. I think the guys that are really good ladies' men are the ones that are really interested in women. They're fascinated by these strange creatures that are our reciprocal opposites, that although we share the same, more or less the same biology and the same physical needs and so on, we have such different wiring, and we need each other, and we're fascinated by each other, and we're at war with each other at the same time as feeling inexorably drawn toward each other.
I just have to fucking get this out. And by the way, I'm itching my ass because it's been destroyed by like a dozen bites. I was literally on the floor with the plant healing me, going, fucking heal me, and I'm just laying there on the floor. This is literally just like a road up to a massive hill in nature. It fucking, in the back of my head, I'm like, I'm gonna regret this tomorrow, dude. It's killing me. But anyway, ultimately, oh man, it's brutal. But ultimately, the most attractive thing, I think, and this is, I think, what my definition of being a man is living your life the way you want to, passionately, without any excuses. It's finding what you fucking love to do and do it and fuck everybody, and this is what's so funny about this matrix that we're in and how they program us. You see fucking rock stars, Bon Jovi, everyone wants to be a rock star, so you think that's cool and you have to go and make music and be a rock star. Everyone wants to be a rock star. No, he's awesome because he does music. That's who he is. He's fully committed to it, and he's really good at it. And that's why he's successful. But you don't think if Bon Jovi was a fucking painter or a... 'Cause I want it dead or alive. Dude, it's because he's fucking doing it. So whatever it is that you love, it don't give a fuck what it is. If you do that and you put your heart and soul into it and you're awesome at it and people around you are like, motherfucker, this guy's good at this, he loves this, you're going to meet other women who are into that or something else, who feel your passion. It's the passion for life, for becoming awesome at something. That's what makes you a fucking man. And having the balls to do it, no matter what you're, like you said, your family, your friends, your religion, fuck them. They're not you. They're going to be dead in 100 years just like you, so fuck them. Do whatever the hell you want to. You'll regret it when you're fucking 85 and you're senior or something. What the fuck? That's what it comes to about being a man. That's what this academy's about. Get your seduction skills, get your man skills, get it all together. Go and build the life you want to. Seduction is just a little fucking way into being fucking awesome man bear sauce. Seriously, it's just one huge epic part that's supposed to go off, and you know what I'm saying? Anyway, that's my little rant.
Yeah.
I want James.
So yes, there you go. That's our combined answer to that question. I think that's quite a lot to work with. So hope that helps.
You see, I told you that was juicy. I told you, didn't I? Well, I hope you enjoyed that rant and that it let you know that James and I, we really love what we do, and that means helping you. If you're a guy who's interested in kicking some serious seduction ass and kicking ass in general in the game of life, I suggest you check out James Marshall's product. It's just come out, and you can only really get it in the next 3 days, and then that shit is gone, and I probably might even take this video down. So check it out while you can. The link is right below, and we'll see you guys in the next video. Peace out.